Oh hey, welcome back to Blaire the Soccer Mom's YouTube channel. I actually do feel a bit like a soccer mom with this hair, but you guys seem to overwhelmingly love it, so I guess it's staying for now. Hopefully a soccer mom with a little bit of sex appeal. Wishful thinking, oh well. So this is my last video of 2019. What a crazy year it's been. I hope everyone had an amazing Christmas or whatever it is you celebrate. I know I did. I actually got away from LA, went to Virginia, saw my in-laws for the holidays, was there for about a week. I feel like I'm coming back 10 pounds heavier and I actually have a cold as well. But it was so nice to get out of the smog and the superficiality of LA and do some fun country stuff like this. And trust and believe that is, in fact, the energy we're taking into 2020. But there is still one day left in 2019, and I feel like 2019 was no one's year. I feel like no one is making it out alive this year without some sort of cancellation, some sort of scandal, and I'm a little shook. Just kidding, I'm actually not cancelable. I'm like a cockroach, really. I'll always be here, no matter what. But this time they did actually come for JK Rowling, the beloved Harry Potter author, and that is the topic of today's video, highly requested by you guys, by the way. The entire internet has been abuzz for the past week with people calling JK Rowling transphobic. And at first when I heard this, I was super shocked because I felt like, okay, JK Rowling is actually someone who has traditionally been referred to as very woke, someone who is very much favored by the type of people who go out and call everyone transphobic. So I was really curious as to why everyone was saying this. And apparently it's because of this tweet. Now, full disclosure, I am a huge Harry Potter fan, and no, it is not because I looked like Harry Potter pre-transition. And that's a gag. I've read every book, I've watched every movie, I was there when she retroactively made Dumbledore gay, and I'm gonna assume to get out of this scandal, she's probably going to make Harry trans. So it's gonna be like Harriet Potter.
You're a
tranny.
Harry.
I'm a what?
Maybe Hermione is gonna become a man, him-ine. Or maybe Dobby. That'd be funny. But I decided I really wanted to analyze this tweet and really investigate and look for the said transphobia. Dress however you please is the first line. Not seeing any issue so far. I feel like that is very agreeable. Who disagrees with that? I don't really know. Call yourself whatever you like. Okay. We're choosing our names out here. Love it. Sleep with any consenting adult who will have you. And a lot of people took a lot of issue with that line in particular, saying that this was JK Rowling implying that no one wants to hook up with trans people or something like that. And honestly, in my opinion, this is coming out of a response to the fact that every other day there's a new article or new video claiming that it's transphobic to not date trans people. So to me, that is the response to that. And I find that actually reasonable. And let me tell you something, if you're one of those trans people who goes around yelling how it's transphobic not to date you, first of all, it's usually not even trans people saying that, it's people saying it on our behalf, which is super annoying. My guess is it's probably you're not very likable and you can't get a date, and that's tragic, but I don't think it has anything to do with you being trans. I mean, I've never had a single issue dating as a trans person. I don't really know many who have. So I just never understand that talking point. But moving on, live your best life in peace and security. Living. Not seeing any transphobia in that line. Sounds like she's actually wishing well to trans people. Okay. Now here's where it gets dicey. But force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real. Hashtag I stand with Maya. Hashtag this is not a drill. So let's unpack. So in these last two lines, she's actually defending a woman named Maya Forstater. I probably butchered the last name, but anyways. So Maya Forstater was apparently a tax expert at the Think Tank Center for Global Development, so really nothing to do with gender at all. And she actually lost her job for making some tweets and public statements about trans people. Now it's going around that Maya actually was on Twitter and misgendered a trans woman. And I'm gonna put that trans woman up on the screen, and I want you guys to tell me what pronoun you would probably naturally use for this individual. Right. Okay. Now again, this is only one of the offenses cited as a reason that Maya lost her job, and we'll get to the others, and you can decide for yourself if you think she's transphobic. But right off the bat, I'm going to say that if you think anyone deserves to lose their job over not mamming this individual, I think you're crazy. Now it's unclear if Maya misgendered this individual. to be mean and harmful to them or if it was accidental, but I'm going to give Maya the benefit of the doubt, considering Maya actually has stated that she will use preferred pronouns as a matter of respect and to not be mean, but that she personally believes in the reality of biological sex. Now, for me, that's completely reasonable. I am wondering why we've gone off on this tangent as a society where acknowledging realities like biological sex is suddenly transphobic. And I also wonder why and how that invalidates trans people. I actually recently tweeted that biological sex is real and that trans people wouldn't exist if biological sex wasn't real. If my biological sex wasn't male, I would have never transitioned. So, yeah. Now, Maya has also tweeted some things that I personally find a little bit annoying, making comparisons from Rachel Dolezal to trans people, which I have gone over a million times on this channel. There is quite a gigantic difference between Rachel Dolezal and someone who has a neurological anomaly causing them to experience crippling gender dysphoria, which is most of the time only alleviated by transition. Very different. Okay. Personally, I find her to be a bit absolutist in her opinions. I think that a lot of her opinions are very rigid and do not leave room for the reality that there are some trans people who transition decently, and while they're not the exact same thing as a biological woman or biological man, depending on how they transition, functionally and through society, they do operate as such. And so expecting a trans woman to go around her calling herself a man if she looks like a woman is not reasonable at all, and that's just not real life. But I also will say, it's my opinion that these are not beliefs that I think should warrant someone being fired for their job. I understand it's a private company and they can decide who has the values that align with themselves, and that's totally fine. I respect that right. I respect the company's right 100%. But two things can be true at once. You can respect the company's right to hire and fire as they see fit, and also think it's kind of a lame reason for firing her, in my opinion. I personally don't think the jury is out on a lot of these issues that we're debating and talking about, and so I feel like we should be allowed to have them without fear of risking of losing our jobs. But to get back on topic of if I think JK Rowling is transphobic, I do not think JK Rowling is transphobic. I think she's probably someone who is paying attention to this culture war happening on gender. And if we're just basing off of her tweet, I don't see anything transphobic in her tweet. That was a big reason, her simply stating that biological sex is real. And if we're getting to a point where we can't say that, girl. Now here comes the nuanced rant part of the video. So, it seems to me that there are only two acceptable viewpoints on trans people happening right now as far as online discourse. There are the trans women are women, no matter what, 100% of the time crowd. Right? And the I will always call trans women by he, him pronouns no matter what, because that's what they biologically are and I'm going by chromosomes. Why? There is a healthy middle road here and I'm trying to illuminate it for everyone, but I guess no one wants to pay attention. No, I don't think I'm the exact same thing as a biological woman. I don't think I have all the same experiences as a biological woman. I don't need to. I don't get validation from feeling like I'm the exact same as this person. Like, no. Yes, I do accept and know that I am biologically male. To me, that's not upsetting or triggering to acknowledge. I also have to acknowledge this is only a conversation that happens online. There is no circumstance in the real world in which I have to literally state the words, I am biologically male. Like, that's just not real life. Again, I think what a lot of trans activists don't understand about the rhetoric that they preach is that when you're attacking JK Rowling and freaking out over her stating biological sex is real, y'all look crazy. To deny that just makes you look scientifically illiterate and just makes the entire movement look like a joke. But you also have to understand the frustration when you say that there are no similarities between trans women and biological women. And keep in mind, we're talking about trans women that have transitioned. I know that a lot of y'all don't do that anymore. But I'm very comfortable in saying that here I am post-transition and I do have a lot of the same experiences as other women in my age demographic. There is a difference between this person that Maya misgendered. This person, I think we can all safely say, probably has zero shared experiences with biological women. However, two things can be true at once. A trans woman who transitions decently probably has some. And I know that's not an easy answer. I know everyone likes a black and white answer. But sometimes reality is gray. It's in the middle. So in conclusion, it is my opinion that simply going off of the tweet that everyone is accusing JK Rowling of being transphobic for, I couldn't find the transphobia. I personally do not find JK Rowling to be transphobic. Period. And that's it for the last video of 2019. I'll definitely see you in 2020, but wait, hold on just one second. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the bell. I'd love to see you in every single upload. We're a family here, and I definitely want you to join in. Follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. I do post daily. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.